Every day, dispatch coordinators waste hours on tasks that AI should handle. Manual route planning, endless phone calls, firefighting exceptions when deliveries goes wrong, which we can see on the left side. The current dispatch softwares fail when reality diverges from the plan. Coordinators are left doing everything manually. However, watch what happens on the right side when we give AI the right tools. They can do route planning, they can do auto communication, they can do autonomous recovery of exceptions, and they can do smart assignments, everything autonomously. So what is FleetMind? FleetMind is a production-ready model context protocol server for delivery dispatch management. So we have a total of 29 tools. We have tools for geocoding and routing, we have tools for order management, we have tools for driver management, assignment management, and finally doing some bulk operations. So some key features to mention are API key authentication, multi-tenant isolation, Gemini 2.0 Flash AI integrated. We have weather error routing. We support real-time traffic data. We do some SLA tracking. And finally, we have support for multiple MCP clients. Now, when someone wants to use our MCP server, they'll have to first generate an API key. So we click the button. Once we arrive into this page, we'll provide our email and our name and then hit the generate API key button. And once the API key is generated, we'll copy it for later use case. After copying our API key, what we'll do, we'll figure out the Claude desktop config.json file. So this is for the Claude, but you can use any of your preferred MCP client. So here we paste the API key and save it. Now in the settings, under the developer tab, we can see the MCP is connected and the status is running, so we're ready to go to test it out. After saving the configuration file, we will restart the Claude desktop. We'll click this button and we'll see the FleetMind is available here, and if we click the arrow, we can see all the tools. 29 tools are listed in here. Now let's see it in action. We have here a request to create an urgent order, and now let's see how it performs. So we hit this button. Now after AI has done all of its thought processes, we can see that it has first done the geocoding, and then it called the create order tool, and finally it called the intelligent assign order tool. So we can see that a new order with ID is created, and with 90% confidence it did AI assignment. So if you just look at the summary, it says like Mike Shen was selected as the optimal driver. Why? Because he is the closest to the delivery location. So that's the thing. So we can see that the order is created and it is intelligently assigned. Okay, now we'll handle an exception case, which is basically Mike reports an accident and total 3 deliveries are affected. We want to handle this autonomously. Now, after the AI has completed its thought process, we can see it first collected all the assignment details and checked for different statuses. And finally, it handled the autonomous exception case. So first, what it did, it made Mike unassigned orders and canceled all its assignments because he is now unavailable. He faced an accident. Now what it did reassignment. So to reassign the affected 3 critical orders, it used the intelligent assign order tool. And finally, what it did, everything was completed. And it at the end, it provided a comprehensive summary for us to see what happened. So it talked about the incident, like the driver faced the accident, it is now unavailable, and 3 deliveries, how it reassigned it. One of the orders were assigned to another driver, and another order was assigned to different driver, but the name is same. It might be an typo. And finally, another driver which was assigned the 3rd order. So now we can see here how intelligently it handled this exception case. Now, if we want to see different reports on the Claude desktop client, we don't need to go to separate UI. We can do it inline. For example, we asked to show the list of orders and drivers in a comprehensive table. So it fetched all the data and showed all the order informations. We can see the comprehensive table, and it also collected all the drivers and their statuses, what they're doing right now. So that's the idea. And finally, it summarized everything. So we don't need a separate UI. It's just everything in the MCP client. Now, if we want to see the architecture from the top level, we can see the MCP clients are at the top layer that facilitates the communication between the server and the user. So first, when we provide the API key, we have our authentication proxy that helps establish the connection and always maintain a session ID to facilitate the multi-tenant architecture in the server. Then we have the MCP server itself, which is built upon first MCP. And we have different integrations like the database in PostgreSQL. We have Google integration for different APIs, geocode, routing. We have Gemini 2.0 Flash model integrated for AI operations, and we also have some other third-party API integrated into our system. So this is how the overall architecture looks like. So through this system, user can talk to MCP server and get their dispatch and delivery ongoing. So finally, if we come to conclusion, the impacts that FleetMind MCP server is going to have on the real world is it can convert the manual chaos into an AI automation, and it can reduce 60% of manual workload. It can resolve 85% of exceptions, and it can save hundred thousands of dollars per small fleet with 95% on-time delivery fleet. And if we want to reach the market, we can reach 70K plus potential customers across industries. Now, how we came up with these numbers, we did a research using Claude, and thus we get these numbers. So thank you so much for being in this demonstration. So this is FleetMind, the AI dispatcher that never sleeps, never burns out, and makes every decision in seconds. Thank you.